I honestly never thought I could see the day where I would call myself a runner. I tried it so many times throughout my life and failed. I had so many excuses, just never happened. In today's video, I'm going to tell you what I've learned and what I think is the best way to start running as an absolute beginner. So let's go for a run. So some of the things I want to talk about today is, well, first of all, I want to talk about some excuses that people have, that I had before I started running, and that kept me from running over the years. I'll give you some solutions to those, and then I want to give you some advice based on what I have learned over the first few years of running. Some advice on how to get started, how to push through, so that one day you'll be able to call yourself a runner. I know how hard it is as a beginner, and hopefully with this video it'll make it a bit easier for you. So some of the excuses that kept me from running over the years were things like, I'm just not built to be a runner, and like, I just know that not to be true. Like, everybody can run. If you can walk, you can run, unless you have some sort of a disability or whatever. Like, I used to think only the people who were fast, you know, at sports day in school, those sort of talented runners, like, those are runners. I just don't have the genetics for it. It's just simply not true. I just never tried it. I never pushed through far enough to get into it. I said my legs were too sore. So whenever I left school, I started in a job where I fitted floor covering, and I was on my knees quite a lot, and really was in quite a lot of pain for a number of years, and I really felt like I damaged my legs. So whenever I started running the first time, which was at university, I got into it for a few months and I had really sore legs. I just thought to myself, I can't do this. I had shin splints, so sore knees. I just gave up. The reality is, you need to push through that. Like, our legs are not used to running whenever we start, so you need to push through that pain. When I started 3.5 years ago, it was just after lockdown, and my wife said to me, after I was complaining about I'll never be able to run, sore legs, all these different excuses, my wife said to me, Stephen, I think you're just going to have to run through the pain. And that was the best advice I ever had, because the first 6 months of running, maybe even the first year, I did run through pain. Like, what I know now is my ankles, my knees, shins, I just hadn't built the strength around them to enable me to run pain-free. So it takes time. I used to also have excuses about getting out the door the first time. I work too hard. I run my own business. I'm really tired. I've got young kids, family. I don't have time to run. And the reality is, that's just absolute nonsense. Like, I'm as busy now as I ever was, and I still find the time to run 30, 40, 50, even 60 miles a week whenever I'm in full marathon training. Another excuse I had was I had put on quite a lot of weight. I had a lot of excess fat, and I thought, okay, I need to lose weight first before I actually start running. Do you know what? Unless your weight's so heavy that you can't physically run, then there's no excuse. You just need to get out there. As painful as it may be, as hard as it may be, you just need to get going. Another excuse I had was I thought I wasn't fast enough to be worthy of going out running. Like, I just thought, if I go out, I'm going to be so slow. People are going to look at me. And yeah, kind of felt a bit stupid, but that couldn't be further from the truth either. Murphy. Pet hate I have when you're out running with your dog, which I am today, is other people's dogs. Like people allowing them to run over to you. It's so friggin' annoying. Like they allow their dog to run over, and then my dog goes in below my feet, and I nearly fall. So yeah, nobody's looking at you. Nobody's looking at you. You need to get rid of those thoughts. Like, I've had a lot of anxiety before. I've had years ago. I really didn't like going out in public unless I was some way medicated, alcohol or drugs. And yeah, I know how that feels, but nobody's looking at you, no matter what shape or size you are, how fast you're running, or how slow you're running. It just doesn't matter. So what advice can I give you to get out the door? Well, the main thing is, as simple as it sounds, is just do it. Just get out the door and try. Don't worry if you have to walk most of it, if you're able to run fast or whatever. Just do it. Just get out there and give it a go. You'll not know how bad it's going to be or how much you're going to enjoy it until you actually just step out and do it. Don't expect too much too soon. You're going to have sore legs. You're going to have sore shins, sore knees. You're going to be sweating. You're going to be really out of breath. But just do it, no matter how long or how short your run is. Just go out and try. I was able to maintain 5k 3 times a week when I started running. You might be able to do 1 mile 3 times a week. You may be able to do half a mile 3 times a week, or once a week or twice a week, whatever. Or maybe a run 100 meters, walk 100 meters 3 times to get going. Whatever it is, just do it. Get out, try it out, see how you get on. Don't worry about gear. I think so many people focus on having all the right gear, having the right trainers. I don't think you need to worry about that at the beginning. When I started running, my wife had bought me a pair of Reebok trainers, and I think they were 25 or 30 pound. I used them for the first few months, and do you know what, they done great. So I'm glad I didn't have the best of gear to start with, because whenever I did get a really good pair of trainers, the first ones were a pair of Saucony. They weren't even that good, but back then I thought they were really good. Whenever I got them, it was such an upgrade, it was awesome. Well, nice and close. It's the same whenever I was getting into photography. I just believe you don't start off with the best equipment, because whenever you do upgrade, you'll notice a bigger difference and you learn more. So don't worry about having the best trainers to start with. Just go out and start. After a few months, if you want to upgrade, get yourself something. Why not? All you need, some sort of trainers, a pair of shorts, t-shirt, jogging bottoms, whatever it is. Just go and try. You don't necessarily need a watch, but if you can get one, you might as well. A watch is handy to see how far you've ran. Maybe check out your heart rate, but I wouldn't get too caught up in numbers to begin with. You know, it might even be detrimental to how you're thinking about the whole thing. So just go out and run. Through time that'll come where you want to check your heart rate, you want to check your heart rate, you want to check how far you've run, build up the miles, and then that data does become pretty important to you. But at the beginning it might not matter so much, so just run, just get it done. Once you do get out running, don't worry so much about what pace you're running at either, because for me I think it's just more important to run slow, to get time on your feet, to get the miles in, to get used to running and build up that strength. Try and run as easy as you can. That's going to make it a lot easier to maintain over time. Whereas if you're going out and trying to run fast too quick, you're probably going to end up in a lot of pain and put off. So don't worry about those speed sessions. Just get out, get the miles in. Try and run at a conversational pace where you can talk, and don't worry what that pace is. Murphy, wait. So that's 8 miles run today. The only other piece of advice I would give you is try and enjoy it as much as you can. Don't expect it to be so enjoyable at the start, but once you get into it, once you get going, once you get that bug, it's the most enjoyable thing ever. So thanks for watching another video. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.